Please, thank you. The first frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
17 days of drama lay ahead. It's like every box set rolled into one. It's the World Snooker Championship. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan to get us underway.
Down now, please.
Looking this year for a record 8th title. Of course, he equalled Stephen Hendry's modern-day record 12 months ago with that victory over Judd Trump. Pang Junxu is the 224th player to grace the Crucible stage. He's the 14th from China. And it's a huge task for him today. O'Sullivan has only lost 4 times in the first round in 30 previous appearances here. But that's not a bad start, is it?
That's an excellent start. Has a little smile to himself. He looks relaxed.
Well, of the 2 players here, Pang is the only one who's reached a ranking final this season. He was runner-up in the WST Classic a few weeks ago in Leicester. O'Sullivan has not been in a ranking final since the World Championship last year. Pang defeated Ken Doherty from 4-0 down, 10-6, and then Xu, he was 4 each with him. He pulled away to win 10-5 in qualifying.
What a moment for Pang. The Crucible. And Ronnie O'Sullivan. It doesn't get any better, does it? For a debutant.
Five.
And he struck that well. His shots so far have been nerveless.
Yeah, that is I think, he's the cornerstone of his success so far. He does seem very tough for such a young man, just 23.
What an attacking shot that was, David. I mean, it was so easy just to stun for the red to the right corner there, but decided to open more reds up with that shot. Very attacking shot. Taking the game to Ronnie.
Well, I think he'll be confident because this season he's reached his first quarter-final, then his first semi-final, then his first final in quick succession in tournaments.
And this is the tournament, really, to
30.
Increase your confidence, if you like, your belief. The further you go in this and the better you do, the better you play. We've seen it so many times. When you get down to the semi-finals, it's like they can't miss these players. Perfectly played again, look.
Yeah, it's a long match, of course, 19
16.
frames, but you want to show, particularly O'Sullivan, how good you're feeling from the off, don't you? You want to make a statement in frame 1. I'm not nervous.
All these balls going in the middle of the pockets, you know. There's no anxiety in these shots so far. 2 reds closest together will go into the right corner. It's also the red. I've just underhit that slightly. There's a good 3 inches short there.
22.
Knew it straight away.
$23.
Just a little short of pace, but still got these 2 reds to the right of the pink.
Turn pro in 2020. He was actually Rookie of the Year for his performances that season. But as I say, it's this season where he's pushed on. Quarterfinals in Germany, semis in the Welsh, runner-up in that new tournament in Leicester, the WST Classic. He lost to Mark Selby in the final. Just trying to recover prime position here. But like you say, Joe,
29.
middle of the pocket.
Yeah, there's no anxiety, is there? Yeah, middle of the pocket stuff. And that was missable. Early on in the match, that was very missable. Wouldn't be something if he could win the frame at this visit.
Well, Fergal O'Brien will be getting nervous because he's still the only player on his debut to make a century in the first ever frame that he played at the Crucible. I know it's a record he's proud of. Look at the faces there. Of course, here at the Crucible, they're so close to the players.
37.
I tell you what I did find weird, David, that after winning the World Championship on one table, it's a beautiful arena, it's massive when it goes down to one table, and then coming back to defend it, it's very tight, and all of a sudden it's a completely different arena, and not quite prepared for that. I'm sure Ronnie is, because he's done it so many times, but this is the opening red. What a beauty it was.
The first shot he's ever played at the Crucible, that was.
Yeah.
Needs to continue. He's building a nice lead.
Well, the last of the easy reds. There's no other reds available, so maybe
45.
pot the pink and try and develop something. He's got a slight angle on the pink. Well, maybe the pink doesn't go. Wants the right-hand side on the cue ball to try and disturb them. But the break looks to be coming to an end. He should be able to get that cue ball dead on the cushion behind the yellow. What a good start from Pang.
Yeah, he didn't miss. He just didn't keep the break going. So for a first visit, and by the way, Fergal is safe now. That's a great start for Pang, and Ronnie O'Sullivan already seeing what he's up against. They did actually play right at the start of the season at the Championship League in Leicester, just a 4-frame match, which Pang won. So Sullivan has played him once before. Well, it's completely changed the frame. He's opened all the reds up.
Yeah, and this is a big shot for Pang. Should he miss it, it could be end of frame. Nothing safe. Now, where's it going to finish? So, chance for Ronnie. And he's got a slight angle on this red that he's going to take to the baulk corner to be able to come out for a baulk colour or even the blue.
One.
Just under hit it. The yellow, oh green, not a gimme. I'd be disappointed with that.
Ronnie O'Sullivan won.
Yeah, it's always a nervy day, isn't it, for the defending champion? Tradition dictates they start out. I remember Steve Davis saying, because he was defending champion many times, he said, it's always hard playing day one. We haven't had the first shock yet, and it could be you. And it would be a big upset. Remember, of course, O'Sullivan lost to James Cahill here 4 years ago in the opening round. He wasn't defending champion then. But no one really tipped that, did they?
And he was an amateur at the time, wasn't he, James? But that wasn't a good shot from Ronnie, was it? I mean, the cue ball should have been tight to the yellow and didn't get the snooker. So a couple of disappointing shots there for Ronnie O'Sullivan. First of all, not getting the cue ball out of the baulk area and then missing the snooker.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of some people might think all the pressure's on Pang as a debutant, but of course, O'Sullivan, we heard it in the interview before the match. You know, he gets nervous as well. He wasn't talking himself up. He's not had the best of seasons. He's not played that much snooker of late, actually.
The red, that's below the pink. He could take that one on, but it looks like the cue ball's going into the black, so I'm having a real good think about that one. I don't think he played the pot there, just made sure he didn't miss the black, and what a good shot. There's pressure on the shot now from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Well, the kiss on the brown has made this red very tough to the left corner. He could just drop it in and leave the cue ball in the jaws of the pocket. Try and cover the red to the right corner. That's an option. Could also come off the right side cushion and land it to the two reds. So another chance for O'Sullivan.
Well, he's certainly going on the attack, Pang. But let's see. We've seen how he's feeling, confident. Let's see how O'Sullivan is feeling now with chance number 2 in this frame.
1.
1993, his debut. When he was just 17. And here he is now at the age of 47. He's world number 1 still.
Incredible.
Six. 7.
There's a lot of talk about what's a good draw, what's a bad draw, but the bottom line is you've got to produce the goods whoever you're playing. And that applies to O'Sullivan as much as anybody.
30.
So just looking to settle into the match. If he could win this frame, then he's off and running again.
He was looking at the black there, but there's no need to take the black. He doesn't need it. The only awkward red is that one near the right side cushion. Played for that one now while he had the position to.
Just 29 points behind.
20. 21.
Got a quick
26.
bounce there off the black cushion. That cue ball shouldn't have been anywhere near where it is.
No, it did seem to leap off it, didn't it? Just made it a little bit more difficult for Ronnie.
27.
But he's just about find the perfect position on the blue. So now the big problem ball, you would think, is the yellow.
32.
It's a type of shot, you don't want to play it with too much pace.
33.
If he gets the perfect angle on the yellow, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Straight is not what he's looking for. It's got the angle.
37.
12 points of difference, up to and including the pink. to take the first frame.
$39.
Well, we said the first couple of shots, he may have felt a little bit of nerves coming out this morning, but as I say, after that very first red, he got the pace of the table, and it's been cue ball perfection ever since in this break. He's made it look easy. Okay, the balls were all there, but in saying that, I've put the jinx on.
42.
He's decelled a little bit there and not got perfectly on the brown. May have to come 4 cushions here.
Yeah, you've always got to be wary of a kiss on the ball, and that's what he's done. He's kissed the black.
46.
This frame, still very much alive.
Yeah, I thought I may have played topspin off left, right, black cushion, left cushion up for the blue. Chose to stun it in, and the black was always going to be somewhere in the path. Maybe a chance still for Bang Junxu to win this opening frame. It's not an easy safety shot, this.
No, you normally think about cross doubling the blue, but you could knock it over a corner pocket, you could get a double kiss. Not straightforward at all. And of course, having had this chance, he knows the importance now of this first frame. For both players, but I think particularly for Ronnie. Beautiful shot.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 46.
Well worked out. I say particularly for Ronnie, obviously a big favourite in this match, but he needs to stamp his authority on the match early. Don't give the underdog any false hope, so to speak.
Yeah, the last thing you want is your inexperienced opponent to start enjoying himself out there. You want them to feel the ultimate pressure. Well, okay, he may not have seen a safety shot to play, but that was a very risky pot to play, because when it's the cut's that thin, if you miss it, you're always liable to leave the object ball over the pocket.
Yeah.
Okay, because where the cue ball's ended up, it's not guaranteed this, because he's got to get a lot of topspin on the cue ball to get it away from the cushion. Yes, the blue's always going to stay over the pocket.
Yes, good pot needed here. And got, and just about on the pink, and the pink gives him the first frame. In it goes. Well, what a very interesting first frame. Pang Junxu got him first. Good break of 50, but Ronnie with his second chip.
And a 70 break as well. So he's shown what he can do. It's a very different proposition, obviously, in a best of 19, but the defending champion off to a good start.
So Pang Junxu gets frame 2 underway. Yeah, he won't be disappointed with his first frame. It was just one loose positional shot. When he got near where there was only one red available, he should have left himself a better angle on the black. It seemed a minor thing at the time, but a couple of shots later ran out of position. It's got to be on your guard, not lose your focus for a second. It was a pretty good shot that from Ronnie, but once again, Just catching the baulk colour, and if you catch him full in the face, you leave the cue ball on the baulk line. Your opponent with his hand on the table. Gives them an opportunity to play a better safety shot. I don't think there's a pot on here to tempt him. Well, having said that, he's now having a look at this red to the right corner. But thought better of it. But he's got to be careful in this safety. If he catches this red too thick, he could run into that red near the right cushion. Good line.
Now this is brilliant. Okay, there may be a gap, but the cue ball is, you see, very close to the baulk cushion. Plays every safety shot with some sort of side. Ronnie O'Sullivan very rarely plays plain ball unless the cue ball's tight on the cushion. Again, he's just piling pressure on his opponent with these safety shots. Even though he's left a pot on, you feel you've got to get them. It's the intimidation factor playing Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, he's probably played this and thought the only red he could leave was the one he was playing. Well, he has left it, and he's left a simple starter for Ronnie. He may just play for the black here. Well, decided against it. And probably quite rightly. It was easy to get on the blue, but he'd love the black to be on the spot as soon as possible. You don't have to tell Ronnie how to break bill, but that would be his intention. Get the black in play.
Six.
Well, after winning the first frame from 50 points behind, you'll be feeling great out there, Ronnie. Any nerves that he might have had coming out this morning will have completely gone.
7.
I think the cushions are just playing slightly quick on this table. And it's a lovely situation where the balls are.
Just giving it that extra bit of thinking time. As we say at the start of this match, he knows the importance of stamping his authority on it. Oh, is that a mistake? He's played for the red to the right of the green.
9.
Can't get to it. Well, I don't like saying careless, because there's no excuse for that, but how on earth is he not on the red?
Yeah, I think if he's misjudging anything at the moment, it's to do with cushions. And there's another misjudgment.
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan 9. Pang Junxu 4.
I mean, he won't miss this a second time. But yeah, just flicked a little bit of check side on that yellow, and it just came off the cushion in a straight line.
Okay. Fine. Re-rack.
Well, they've looked at one another and said re-rack. Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, in the modern game, they don't like this tipping tapping. But Ronnie will be there, a little bit frustrated. He had a good chance there, poor positional shot on the yellow. That's what created that situation, but we'll have to start again. Damien Hirst in the audience, hiding away, but big supporter of Ronnie. And Ronnie, as I say, and as Stephen said, just one or two little shots. And I think you were right, apart from the bounce on the cushion, just putting a little bit of unintentional side, maybe still a little bit of tension in the arm.
Yeah, it was an awkward little shot, actually, where the green was situated to the left of the red.
Second
It
frame.
wasn't straightforward,
Junxu
but
break.
because of Ronnie's pinpoint accuracy with the cue ball, you're surprised when you see these positional errors. But yeah, I think the cushions just look a little bit lively on this table. A little shake of the head from Pang Junxu. He knew he didn't want to leave that red anywhere near the right corner pocket, but he's got a decent cue ball.
And that's why he shook his head.
1.
Tremendous pot. Well, you could play the brown into the middle with lots of pace, screw off the baulk cushion as we see that red again. And he looks like he's playing the brown. Deep screw, got to be accurate. And was, but it didn't run as far down the table, so good shot on
5.
the brown, but it only getting 4 more points.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 5.
And you see again, played with left-hand side to widen the angle. Playing ball would have gone up the right side of the table, but he wanted the cue ball over the left side as we look to make the return to baulk more difficult. He's playing off the main bunch. This is going to open the reds up, so it needs a good cue ball here.
Yeah, it was a very good line, and he did well there. As Stephen said, he was opening all the reds, so good shot needed from Ronnie here to get this cue ball back to baulk. This red is potable, but too risky. Where's the cue ball going? It's okay, good shot. And funnily enough, we know from many occasions when Ronnie complains about his tip, the fact he's playing these safety shots at distance using this side, must have confidence in it. Because sometimes if you're not happy with the tip, the throw is all confusing.
All wrong. He's left a red to left middle. And it depends on the angle of red, whether it's easy just to stun up for the blue or not. And it's pretty straight, so he's got to play this with a bit of pace. They're not easy, those, but didn't expect him to miss it.
1.
Not certain where the black will go when it's respotted. That's what Pang Junxu is looking at now. I mean, such is the angle on the black. If he could take a chance, come off the top cushion, cannon into those reds around the black spot, sort of clearing the way for the black to go on its spot and possibly be available. Maybe worth the risk.
Pang Junxu 1.
Funny old game, and he just played the straightforward pot, and I can only assume thought it was unmissable. Believe me, young man, nothing is unmissable at the Crucible.
Yeah, they're losing that first frame. That's a hangover from that, I think.
One.
You can tell by Ronnie's reaction, the contact wasn't good there. Pink and black out of commission, so it's not the most straightforward chance, this.
Eight.
Played that pretty well.
Nine.
It was awkward to get the rest in the position he wanted, and he's landed nicely on the blue. And didn't have to do much with that red in the balk end.
Forty. $50.
Getting rid of one of these two reds just below the pink would be advantageous. It will make the pink available into at least a couple of pockets.
$20. 21. $27. 28.
It doesn't need to go into the four reds around the black. He can play the other four reds open with pinks, and that'll be enough to leave his opponent needing a snooker. Not sure if the top red of the four goes to right corner, but as I say, it doesn't need to risk a
34.
cannon.
$35.
Probably stun the cue ball into the black cushion here. That red obviously does go, the top one. He's just come up a couple of inches short.
41.
It which means the cue ball's going into the other reds. This can go wrong. And that's maybe the reason why he's moving to this red. More difficult pot, so leaving it alone.
Yeah, he's back to this, as you say. He wanted to be straighter. There's no reason why he shouldn't have been straighter. He's going to play this with pace. He's going to bring everything into play. And the pink
42.
won't go into the corner now because of that red, so he's opened them up, but he's not good on the colour.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 42.
Yeah, it was always going to be a difficult visit. But once he got the pink into play, I was expecting him to get enough points to get to snooker's required, at least. Well, I know it's early days, Stephen, but that's worrying.
Well, since that lovely 50 break in the first frame, I mean, he doesn't look like he can pot a ball. I mean, there's a long way away from that red there. As you say, that is worrying. And all it does is just make Ronnie feel even more comfortable out there. I think you heard Ronnie sarcastically say close. A long way away from that pot. Another chance for Pang Junxu. As I say, put a couple of these mid-distance balls in that opening break in the first frame. Hit them really well. 2 or 3 long pots he's missed. He's tended to overhit them a little bit, which is a sign of nerves. So let's see how well he hits this one. Yeah, again, he's been very lucky. He's not left a pot, but just overhit it a little bit. You could see a bit of movement. The cue didn't come through smoothly.
Yeah, and of course, where he's a shock to the system, as Stephen said, he plays in Ding Junxu's academy, and he'd knock them in, 99 times out of 100, but you get out here at the Crucible Theatre, debut, and all of a sudden you start to miss a few shots, and you just, question your technique.
Yeah, the table just looks different. Everything looks different. All of a sudden, you just completely out of your comfort zone.
Keep the noise down, please.
And that's 3 out of 3 long pots this morning for Ronnie Sullivan.
Ronnie's shaping to play a left-handed, but he just can't reach. But considering he plays a lot left-handed, he's so good with the rest. That's how good he is. Even me saying that couldn't put him off.
Three.
So this black, one more red, and that shot he played there, that little cannon, was as good a shot he's played this morning so far.
Thanks.
So just the red, and it'll be 2-0. No fireworks
11.
yet, though.
Yeah, but a worrying frame from Pang Junxu. This match could very quickly get away from him if he's not careful.
Well,
9 frames this morning. As I say, this match could be over if he doesn't start getting his game back together
90.
and getting a frame on the board.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 90. And the frame.
And he decides, I thought he was coming back to the table, but 65 points behind, just 51 remaining. Enough was enough. 2-0. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And let's just give you a quick look at the rest of the day, how that's going to pan out, because we've got 3 sessions.
What you feel is this is the most unusual place you've ever played snooker in. It just doesn't seem like any other snooker venue on the circuit, or the total opposite of what you're used to in a snooker club. So if you're going to sort of like, feel all at sea in an unusual place, this is it.
I mean, even sitting next to your opponent is unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's one of the things. You come out and you think, my chair should be there, yours should be over there. No, it's not, right next to each other. It's all different.
Okay, back we go, and this young man with a chance in frame 3.
Well, it wasn't the best break-up shot from Ronnie. Pulled his face when he saw what he'd left, Pang Junxu, but couldn't take advantage of it.
That's just beautiful. It really is. It doesn't look a lot, but again, just a trace of run inside. Alex Higgins used to be the same, didn't he, John? He wouldn't play any safety shot playing ball.
No, yeah, we call it sort of help inside, don't it? But you've got to be cueing it smoothly to get the right contact.
Yeah, if he cued that shot, that last shot, a little bit quicker, as you see Pang Junxu finally put one of those long balls. Yeah, you go into the red thick, and you know the cue ball ends up down this end of the table. A little bit unfortunate for the cue ball to end up tight on the side cushion. That was a nice pot.
Yellow ball. Pang Junxu, 1.
He's got quite a methodical style, Pang Junxu, the cue action. It's not something you would say has had a lot of flair about it. So when you are, that type of player, sometimes when you start missing, you can't understand why.
Okay.
Just stepping back to let Brendan Moore, our referee from Sheffield, just checking the position in case there's a foul and he has to replace the cue ball. There he is. Looking very smart on this Saturday morning.
big target now for Pang Junxu to get the cue ball behind. Brown, yellow, green. Now desperately needs cover, and the cue ball's way short. Poor shot.
Yes, caught the red too thick. Took the pace out of the cue ball. Only just about reached the baulk line, but thing is, if it's straight, and even if it's not, it's still no guarantee to get good position, and I doubt very much whether Ronnie will want to play for the black. So straightforward red, just deciding which is the value colour to play for. That's the problem with that shot. You put this top spin, and when it, because after hitting the red, it hits the cushion straight away, it almost turns into backspin, and that's what checked it. So it was never going to be easy to get on a colour, unless you play for the black, and obviously that was never going to be an easy pot. Risky blue, is it? Taking it on. Oh, solid, good shot.
Yeah, good, beautifully. Actually, the opening red, I think he played that art banana shot, as we call it, for the pink in the right middle, and played it beautifully, just a little bit too hard, but that's a careless one. There's been kind of bits and pieces in these opening frames from Ronnie O'Sullivan, but this is the first day of, hopefully for him, 17. And just get through this opening round. If you play well, that's a bonus, but just get it out of the way.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, set.
I don't think I ever played my best snooker in the World Championship in the first round. You come here on the first Saturday morning, I think you get the results. The results are the most important thing, and you improve as the tournament goes on.
Yeah, I think with every sport, particularly at the highest level, it's all about consequences, isn't it? And the number of times you've come here as defending champion, and you know that match is going to be finished in one day, isn't it? Morning, evening. And then once you get that out of the way, then you've got the 3 session matches, which will be best of 25. And early on in the match, the mistakes don't seem that big. But they do in the first round. So as you say, it's just get that win. However, which way you can. Too thin, that's why he caught the second red.
Yeah, you'll make mistakes in this first round, sort of unforced errors that you just won't make if you get through into the second round. I know Pang Junxu caught that very thin, but the cue ball absolutely flew off the black cushion, which is sort of doesn't make you feel that comfortable.
1.
That was a great shot. Deliberately potted the red in the right side of the pocket as we look in order to get the angle to be on the pink. Get a view there of Ronnie's action. There, he aims down on the cue ball. A lot of the players, most players,
7.
have the cue parallel to the bed of the table. He actually aims down.
8.
Just picking up what Stephen was saying about bouncing off the cushions. Of course, the first morning, I mean, yesterday I came into the arena and all the scaffolding was up, the doors were wide open, and it was raining constantly yesterday, and
13.
dampness in the air, so it can affect the run of the table, but everything will settle down.
40.
There's never been anyone better at adapting to conditions than Ronnie O'Sullivan. You never ever see him moan about any of those situations. He just gets on with it. That's another blue to a corner pocket. Beautifully struck. Nothing wrong with his game from distance.
19.
Six out of 6 so far in long potting. I say those 2 blues to either baulk pocket have been beautifully struck. So there's not been any one visit wins in terms of big breaks, but his game looks in pretty good shape, you'd have to say.
And that's worked out nicely.
25.
Developed the 3 reds that were in the middle of the table, nicely on one to the right middle.
$26.
I would add to that, his game looks in good shape. He's, at the moment in this match, being put under 0 pressure. So it's a very comfortable morning for Ronnie O'Sullivan at the moment,
31.
which as defending champion is exactly what you want.
32.
Yes, and I think he's old enough and wise enough, Stephen, as you would have been, that don't take it for granted. Don't think, well, the fella's not playing, so I've nothing to do. You've got to keep concentrating, keep that focus.
37.
Don't give him an inch.
No, it's another thing that I think Ronnie's the best at is when a player's there to be beat convincingly. He beats them convincingly. You see, a lot of the top players, they go ahead quick and then they take their foot off the gas in terms of concentration and then maybe let their opponent back in, but he keeps his foot on the pedal the whole time. His opponent won't win any more frames than sort of Ronnie gives him, if you understand what I mean. You can see Pang in his chair almost in admiration watching Ronnie. That's a dangerous thing as well.
41.
Just bounced off that second cushion a little bit more, and well, this red isn't a certainty. 47 points to the lead. Red, cover red, still required.
Yes,
42.
Pang Junxu in his chair, and he's watching Ronnie. He's not focusing on the table, the match. He's just he just looks in awe. Which, as I say, you're out there to win a match. You can't afford to think like that.
48.
Just the red needed. So doesn't have to play it with any great pace. This took a 55 points in front with just 51 remaining. Just managed to drop in. I think any more
59.
pace and it wouldn't have done.
Yeah, this was a new cloth shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, we always say with the new cloth and the cloth and the cushions, they do slide in a little bit more than they would do in the next couple of
55.
days.
56.
That knocked 3 times, but knew the password.
$61.
Well, what's Ronnie going to treat us to here? Where's the cue ball going?
Foul.
Oh, well, I don't think it'll matter.
504. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 61.
Well, he's coming back to the table. Maybe he just feels as though he needs to get his hand on the table and try and pot a few balls. He's 63 points behind. There's just 43 remaining.
Yeah, there's no way he's winning this frame, but I don't think it's a bad idea, to be fair, because he's, after that first frame 50, he's just been totally out of sorts. He needs some way of finding a bit of rhythm in his cue action.
Thanks.
So this was the chance he was looking for. Had no hopes of winning this frame, but just wanted to get an opportunity to pot a few balls. See if we can get that cue arm going again.
1.
Bright start, first frame, but nothing since. Playing for the double.
8.
Well,
Pang Junxu, 8.
that does surprise me.
Yeah, the reason you play on when you need that many snookers is to try and pot some balls. So I don't see the point of playing more safety shots. That was a chance, as you say, to play the double, maybe clear the rest of the colours.
Yeah, well, he's got aspirations to win the frame.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Won't be getting any of my money. I mean, the colours are pretty well situated for snookers, but I am a little surprised he's playing on. Difference 55, 35 remaining. I mean, if you got to a situation where one snooker and possible free ball, that'd be enough, but it's not going to be enough. And you're talking about Ronnie O'Sullivan, whose ring craft is as good as anyone that's ever played the game, so forlorn hope for me. And I can only think it's just the disappointment of what's happened the last couple of frames.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not going to get inside Ronnie's head by doing this, because as you say, John, Ronnie's far too experienced. I can only think he just wants shots at the table. Because he's played so many bad shots since that first half of the first frame, that you never really feel, if you play a couple of good shots in a row, you feel a bit better. So even if I can only think what he's thinking, play a couple of good safety shots or strike the cue ball nicely, might take some sort of inspiration to the next frame. But that fluke will end this frame now.
I think the one thing that has impressed me, and
7.
you've mentioned it a couple of times in these first 3 frames, is
9.
Ronnie's potting has been very clean, and that's always a good sign for any snooker player. Green doesn't go on, but that will be enough. So without any great fireworks, Ronnie O'Sullivan will be very pleased when he looks at the scoreboard. 3-0.
He sure will, John. Serene progress so far from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Very focused, very calm, really dialed in, it would appear. And Stephen and John making some very cogent observations there, not least about how Pang looks slightly mesmerised at times in that frame against the Rocket, didn't he?
Yeah.
The way he beat, for example, Si Jiahui, who's qualified, Jimmy White. He beat Oliver Lyons, Gary Wilson 5-4 in the semis. Mark Selby beat him 6-2 in the final with 3 centuries. But he played some good stuff, and just served notice that he could be a handful.
Well, that wasn't very far away, but that kiss may have left this red on to the left corner. Well, the red above the black will certainly go, but he feels it's too risky. Yeah, excellent safety, appreciated by the crowd. And you might be thinking that this red to the left corner is potable, but the cue ball's going into the reds, so not worth the risk to take it on.
Foul. The miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Tough shot. It's going to be on the black if it goes in. another good one. Just overrun a little bit further than he wanted. But he could play this black in such a way to block the pocket if he misses it. He's overcut it. He's blocked the pocket though.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
And that is a let-off. Bang Yui. That's more like it. Confidently struck. Played in such a way that he wasn't leaving anything on, but it was going to be on the black if it went in. And that could have something to do with playing on in the last frame.
Yeah, it's almost like he gave himself a breather. Let's just take the sting out of things,
8.
try and relax a bit, play a few shots, and be ready for frame 4. Obviously, he's just played 2 best of 19s in the week to qualify, so obviously different environment, but the same length of match. And they did twist and turn as well. He was 4-0 down to Ken, as we've said. The next match against Junxu, he was 4 each, involved in a struggle, but won 10-5. I think he's made of stern stuff, actually, Pang, for such a young man.
Yeah, it's easy to say this, but he's got to forget where he is and play his natural game. And he's proved himself already.
7.
As I say, very easy to say. But he knows he's a good player. He knows how good he is. Got to get O'Sullivan out of his mind. Again, hard to do. Just overrun. Put everything into the pink, and rightfully so. All the spots taken. So the pink going as close to its spot as it can. Without touching.
Thank you. 23.
Well, that was a very attacking shot to play.
Pang Junxu,
And he
20.
may have got away with that. And that's what he needs, a little bit of luck when he misses.
Put your phone down, please.
Brendan has spotted someone with a phone in hand. Of course, they're testing that new emergency system, aren't they, a week tomorrow, where everyone's smartphone is going to receive a sort of siren, and that's going to happen during play. So I'd be interested to see how that affects things. 3 o'clock next Sunday.
The safety hit much too thick, and he could have left something easier. Sullivan just looking to see if this red will pass the black. Oh, that's very tight, isn't it? Excellent safety again. Don't think the red went. He didn't play to pot the red. You can always tell that where the cue balls landed.
Thank you.
Had he played the pot, he'd have been on a colour. He'll be happy with that. Covered in the red, that's closest to the pocket. Big frame this for Pang. Ronnie knows if he can win this one, he's tightening the screw.
Foul. Miss.
Yeah, this red always looks difficult to hit because the cue ball looks to be drifting slightly.
Back.
Yeah, of course, the legs of the tables are on, they call them acroprops. They're basically sort of stilts underneath the stage. It's quite hard. It's a difficult venue, actually, for the table fitters.
Thank you.
Had to get so close to that middle pocket, but he's managed it.
Touching ball.
Touching ball, so back where it was wouldn't be a bad shot. Yeah, that's quite a good shot, actually, because the red that's closest to the middle pocket is stopping Ronnie just rolling up to this red over the pocket. Ooh, he very nearly got the double kiss, but this is a chance for Pang Junxu. Plays the cue ball back to where it is now. He's on the brown. But he's got to get this, and it's not that difficult.
One.
Could have done without the kiss. The green gets him back to the reds, a little bit more difficult. For me, he avoided the shot there. It was either the green or the black.
5.
The brown was very difficult to get back down the table from. It was an easier pot, unmissable. But now he's put himself under pressure here. That's another good recovery. And this time he is on the black. He's played that well, because he's played for the black, but he hasn't left a red on had he missed it. Now, can he get to one of these reds? Not straightforward. You cannot afford to miss them, I'm afraid.
Pang Junxu, 6.
No, the thing is, he's had a lot of chances, actually, hasn't he, in the 4 frames? You know, he's not been blitzed by any means, but goes back to his chair, rather rueful look on his face after this miss. Yeah, that was the reaction. That smile is masking a world of pain.
You know it. Yeah, we know how the players feel, don't we? Trying to get some kind of rhythm, Pang Junxu, but the occasion seems to be getting to him.
1.
That's why we remember that the great first-round upsets. I mean, Cahill beating O'Sullivan was 1. We go back to 1982. Tony Knowles beat Steve Davis 10-1 when Davis was defending the title. Because it is a huge occasion. For the seed, yes, but for the player coming in, having qualified to draw the defending champion on day 1. Yeah, it's been not the most flowing match, has it? Average frame time, nearly 20 minutes.
6.
Average shot time, if O'Sullivan was making breaks, would be lower than that, clearly.
30.
And it may well come down as the afternoon progresses. But the main thing is, and the only thing really that matters, is the frame score. And this is a chance for 4-0.
$90. 20.
Yeah, I think Pang Junxu will be pinning his hopes on that red on the left side cushion.
$26. 27.
Ronnie O'Sullivan's going to need it. Those two reds closest together. Well, one of them will go to the right middle. But now he's opened them up. Now, where does the pink go? This could save him. That's so unfortunate. Played to hit those two reds. But he's out of position. And only 5 points the lead. So Pang Junxu still got a chance in this frame. Cannot afford any more mistakes.
Oh, well, that's got to be the shot of the match so far.
34.
What a shot. I'm saying that he's going to get another chance, but he could just cue this red, and what a shot it was. He'll be feeling good now. Pang would have been thinking, I've got a chance here. But he may not have. he's got an angle here to bring that
37.
red on the side cushion into play if he wants to. And he wants to.
38.
Has the red blocked the black going in that side pocket? It hasn't. Just looking to see if that red next to the pink will go into the left middle.
45. $46.
Well, could it be another life for Pang? I daren't say anything. Keeps pulling
53.
something out. Thin cut to the corner.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 53.
Great break, that. $25 points the lead for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not the best safety from Pang. One good pot. Bound to be on the colour.
Things started so well for him, didn't they? Frame 1, first shot, knocked in a red, made 50, didn't win the frame, and has struggled since, really. In goes the red. It's looking like 4-0. There's still time to turn this round, of course, but when they come back after the interval, he has to improve. He has to settle, and he has to punish when he gets chances. Otherwise, it could be a landslide. O'Sullivan looks focused, he looks businesslike.
5.
He's here to do a job, and that is to reach round 2.
7.
Snooker's required, but surely he's not going to get the chance in this frame to play on. As ever, great anticipation about the World Championship and about what sort of mood Ronnie O'Sullivan would be in, how he would play. He's taken more of his chances than his opponent. Simple as that.
40.
But Pang was in this position in his first qualifying match. He turned that round.
90. $25.
So Ronnie O'Sullivan on top
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
at the first interval of this first round match at the 2023 World Championship. Pang Junxu with a lot to think about as they head to the interval. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan leading 4-0. He needs 6 more and he's into round 2. Pang's had the interval just to collect his thoughts. His pot success, Pang, is at 76%. That has to go up clearly. He just missed too many and it's been given O'Sullivan openings.
Yes, he's had chances, hasn't he? And when he has missed those chances, he's paid the price more often than not. Possible plant here. And he's got it. He needs a good kiss. And that was okay. Okay, the cue ball's close to the cushion, but it's better there than where it would have been going. Tough. Nicely played. It's on this red just above the black. Could have done with being a little straighter, but had to put everything into the blue.
Seven.
What if you could just put something together here, just get involved, get his arm going, and, well, bottom line, win a frame. You've still only ever had 2 whitewashes at the Crucible. Don't want to be on that list, do you?
Go on then, name them. We know you know it.
Well,
I know Eddie Charlton
Yeah.
won.
John Parrott beat Eddie Charlton 10-0, and more recently it was another Chinese player who lost Lu Honghao to Sean Murphy.
15.
Now, choice to make here. Does he go into the pack of reds, try and catch the left-hand red of the pack? And if he could catch that half ball, he's looking at it, he'd almost certainly be on one. Or he could just drop it in. There's reds available. Nicely played. He's on a red. It could have been easier.
22.
He caught that end red. And so easily. Could have been on an easy red to the right corner. He's got reds to both middles. And also to the bottom corner. This has to go in. Yeah, good recovery shot.
23.
That could have cost him the frame had he missed that one. And that's a good sign for Peng Junwei. This could be trouble. Where's the pink go? I think he's okay. Can get to the red to the middle. And it helps if the pink goes to the right corner.
29.
Well, traditionally, if the interval helps anyone, it's the player trailing, because you just get a chance to just get out the arena and just think about things and sort of reset for the second half. That's what happened, obviously, against Ken, although he should have been 5-0 down. I mean, Ken, I spoke to him afterwards, he was absolutely devastated, missing that pink
36.
in the qualifying, and just said it completely turned the match.
$37. $42.
The red just below the pink. I think it's available to the left corner.
$43. Can you be quiet with those wrappers and packets, please?
Well, the sweet wrappers are rustling. And people with those Bags of Sweets has been asked to keep still, keep quiet.
Yeah, not ideal on this red. Would have liked to have been a little straighter and closer. That's a good
49.
pot. Now, has an angle to play for the red to the left middle, or give him a little touch. Oh, I can't believe he's missed them, and neither can he. We're back in that same position.
56.
How has he missed those reds? Yeah, he did catch them thin, but it's very similar to what happened in the first frame. Didn't miss anything. Ran out of position. Oh, he's hit the wrong side of the red. And that's a disaster.
56.
I think this red is available to the middle. He's opened the reds up. I don't think he can believe what he's just played there.
Oh, that just went completely wrong in a couple of shots, didn't it? And he's handed the opening to O'Sullivan once again.
Yes, and O'Sullivan knows that this will really hurt Pang. Played a couple of loose shots.
Eight. Nine.
So these two reds just below the pink. One of them may go to
40.
the left middle. If not, he could try and to develop them here. Just like that.
50.
And now they definitely go.
$22. $23. $30. $31.
Now let's see how he attacks this red on the left side cushion. Needs to leave an angle on the black.
38.
To be able to stun across for that red or bring it out. Just looking at where he wants to be on the black or pink.
$39.
And that looks perfect. Stunning behind it. I'll bring it out. Which one? Couldn't have played it any better.
46. 47.
And it got closer to the brown spot than he wanted, but
51.
he's perfectly on the yellow.
Well, Pang came
50.
out after the interval looking to get involved in this match. He was looking good, but a couple of shots just completely
56.
went wrong. He didn't get into the reds. Then he left O'Sullivan that chance to left middle, and this is the result. O'Sullivan needs brown, blue and pink for a 5-0 lead, a guaranteed lead coming back tonight. And then the question, how many is it going to be? It might be much too big for Pang to overturn.
65.
This is ruthless punishment from that slip-up from his opponent. Ronnie O'Sullivan's highest break of the match so far. 71 from the 7 times champion.
Well, again, this red comes out, but he's got a very good cue ball. And this time I don't think Ronnie O'Sullivan can take the red on, get round the back of the black. So maybe, I was going to say leave the cue ball on the black cushion, but he needs a bit of luck here. Now, did he get one? Did he get some luck? It's covered the pocket with the black, I feel. Yep, there it is. Yeah, excellent safety with the rest there. And that's given Ronnie O'Sullivan something to think about here. Difficult to find a way back to balk from where he is. He took the risk, so a chance for Pang here. Now, does he play for the black? If he plays for the black, he could be on the pink to the right middle. He's not ideal on the black.
One.
Well, that will do nicely. Controlled it well. So he's in again. Potted some good balls in the last frame. It was just at the back end of it when he failed to make contact with the reds. Again, could have done with missing that red. But he's okay, he's got reds to the corner middle. reason I say he could have done with missing it, because the cue ball looks to be going into that red above it. Pink's very tight.
Nine.
Bounced a little too far for comfort.
60.
Yeah, and you feel at the moment he sort of needs everything to be a little bit straightforward. It's a big blow, really, that last frame, what happened.
Seventy.
Well, that's tied the black up, but the pink's available. Don't need to do much with the cue ball. In fact, it's probably better that the black's tied up for the moment, because if he does miss, makes it a little bit more difficult for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
$23. $24.
Nicely controlled. Now it looks like all these reds are covering one another, so he may have to play a little cannon here into them. Yeah, he needed a bit of luck, and he didn't get it.
30.
Yeah, he's a bit unlucky there, isn't he? I mean, you just get on one. He's always thinking, well, an easy one anyway.
Lots of pressure on this one. Oh, that's a beauty. Well played. Well, that's got to make him feel a lot better.
Well, every credit. You know, he's 5-0 down to Ronnie O'Sullivan at the Crucible. He's missed easier balls than that, but what a chance now to win his first frame.
Blue and pink, easily available. The red just above
36.
the black. Would at some stage allow him to play for the black, but concentrate on the blue and pink.
$37.
Wants to secure the frame that doesn't he? He's made a couple of 50 breaks in this match, frame one and the last frame, that just were not enough.
$43.
As I say, he doesn't need to bring the black into play. And I'm not sure if he's got the angle this time round anyway. No, he hasn't. So, blue or pink again.
$44.
Well, that's another 50 break.
$50.
Got to finish it off.
Yeah, the one
51.
difference, I guess, from the other two frames is the reds are already being developed. In those frames, the problem was he didn't develop them. But now, it's just about controlling this cue ball, really. I'm sure if he does win the frame, this crowd will give him a good cheer.
57.
They know it's his debut here at the Crucible.
Yeah, I was just about to say he can't afford to miss, though, where the balls are. With a red and a colour, he should be safe.
He's made 15 centuries this season compared to just 5 last season, so the improvements are clearly there. And, of course, at his age, he is going to be improving all the time. He made 2 in the world qualifying in the week.
I don't think there's any
64.
doubt, David, that he's going to be a player for the future. This blue, then. And he should be safe. He'd like another red, though.
There's the applause. He's done well here, hasn't he? Because, you know, he's really under it, what's happened this morning. But, well, maybe this will be the start of something. There's still a chance for this to be close coming back tonight, if you can continue in this vein. And he has the chance now to make his maiden Crucible century.
And he's stuck him well, hasn't he? To say what happened in the last frame, missing the pack and then playing a poor safety, being punished, he's entitled to be in bits. So full credit to him for making this break.
78.
Yes, you have to keep your head up here, and it's not easy. But that nice little shot
85.
means every chance now for this century.
And the little switch to left-handed.
86.
Overscrewed it, but he's got the pink.
We've had 2 centuries on the other table already.
$92. $93.
Well, he needed something, didn't he? And my word, he's found it. This black then for his maiden Crucible century in the first frame he's won at this great venue. Well, that's got to cheer him up. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, and rightfully so, the crowd giving him every encouragement. Little smile there from Pank. Man, I think this is showing good character from him, especially what happened in the last frame. He'll feel a lot better getting his name on the board, that's for sure.
For those keeping score, we've now 2,201 centuries at this great venue. Eddie Charlton made the first back in 1977. But this is a significant one for Pang. It gets him involved in this match. He's taken these really well. And just proving what a terrific player he is, what a great prospect he is. Question now, can he apply a bit of pressure to O'Sullivan and make this match much closer for when they return at 7 o'clock? Well, that worked out nicely, didn't it? Flick the black, flick the knuckle on the brown.
Just as played.
$150.
Just a reminder, the high break counts from the qualifying for the whole tournament. So Ryan Day's 146, top of the list.
$120. $126.
Can he knock this black in for a total clearance? Either way, it's been a terrific break. Just what he needed. It looks good. It looks good. It's in 133 from Pang Junxu. Is that the start of the comeback? It was an excellent break. It gets him on the scoreboard. O'Sullivan's on both tables. 5-1 is to Ronnie O'Sullivan. Will we see some heavy hitting from him? The last World Championship where Ronnie O'Sullivan failed to make a 147, a century, let's get it right, was 1994. So we expect some fireworks at some point. His highest break so far, 71.
Foul, and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, misjudged it by quite a distance, really. Get another chance here. Trying to hit the red just behind the black. Brendan Moore replacing the cue ball, and it's important because I think he can see a red full ball. So really needs to hit them this time. No, he'll be warned.
Foul, and a miss.
Got to hit one
Ronnie
this time.
Yeah, don't want to go from hero to zero, do you? You just want them frame with a total clearance. Don't want to lose one on the 3 miss rule. The warning will come.
Okay, Ronnie. I'll call the miss this time with frame to Ronnie, okay?
Maybe he can just roll up to them. He has a chance of playing the swerve, maybe. Trying to hit this red thin. The only good thing about that is he's covered the black. I'm not sure what he played there.
One.
Finishing straight on the blue. Couldn't get closer to the reds. Oh, what a let off.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 6.
Pang Junxu. Hasn't left anything on for Pang, but I'm sure he'll be delighted
Yeah, we're in that position in the match where, you know, from what we've seen, you would expect O'Sullivan to have a big lead coming back tonight. But the fact is, it could still be 5-4, and that would seem a major result for Pang. Obviously, from 5-0 down. That's the beauty of the long matches. They can ebb and flow.
Now, is there a red here that will go to this right corner? Shot to nothing. Having a good look. Well, possible plant as well. Has to be made slightly, but he could screw directly back to the blue if he's got that cue par. I think he's going to play it. Yep, right in the middle. And that cue ball, the right side of the blue. That's a good chance, this, for Pang. Took the risk. And did it pay off? Certainly did. Now, important that he scores heavy
6.
here. He could do without taking the pink. He'd tie the pink up, it would go on the black spot.
He first came to prominence when he was just 14. He had the PTC events in the UK. They had some in China as well, Asian Tour it was called, and he got to the last 16 there because that was a tournament featuring professionals. So it was a sign of things to come. And when he was 19, he did actually win a match in the World Qualifiers. He got invited in as an amateur, beat Stuart Carrington, who's a very experienced player. So signs were there, but of course the question is, can you step up to the professional level?
12.
Well, he did. In his first season, he won quite a few matches. He was Rookie of the Year in the World Snooker Awards. And as I say, this season he's been in a ranking final, which Ronnie O'Sullivan has not been.
30.
Very interesting facts that tell us a great deal about this young man. He's on his way up, that's for sure. He's just trying to work out a plan. Doesn't want to tie the pink up. At the same time, he needs to keep that break going. This red just below the pink spot would be ideal because then he could play for the other two reds. I think he's just about
18.
come far enough. I could screw back for the blue and use the other reds, develop them two reds. Well, he doesn't think he's come far enough. Tight.
90.
Perfectly played. This table is running superbly. Has to finish on it this time.
$24.
Pot success, positional success has increased. Oh, that's not a good shot.
25.
I thought it looked natural to screw this hard, develop the two reds and play on the blue or pink. Not sure what he tried to do there. He snookered.
Green ball.
He doesn't want to leave this shot.
Foul. And this.
And a free ball.
Thank
He's
you,
just making
25.
elementary
Ronnie
mistakes. He was trying to play the
3 ball.
snooker, which is a clever shot, but that's the danger. If you attempt to play the snooker, leave it short.
Green ball.
It's an old saying at snooker, and he's done it a couple of times. Junxu, it's never play a bad un after a bad un.
1.
Well, he did it a couple of games ago when he missed the pack of reds and then hit the wrong side of the red. Played 2 bad shots on the trot. And that's just what he did there. He played a bad shot positionally and then played a poor decision trying to play the snooker. Hit the green. He couldn't have left a red on, just hit the green.
5.
How costly is it going to be?
Six. $11. $12. $17.
There's the famous wall that separates the two tables. As you can see, there's not a lot of room, really. See Neil Robertson later, he has a certain routine where he
8.
walks into the shot and he feels the crucible is a bit inhibiting to him, although, of course, he has won the tournament and has played some wonderful snooker here as well down the years.
Yes, applause there. I
20.
think that could have gone wrong.
$25.
Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball to try and disturb those reds, which he has done, but it's not ideal on any of them. .24 points the lead, and very risky to take the red onto the yellow pocket.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 31.
That was an excellent shot from where he was. Now, he could bring the black into play here. It doesn't have to. Another very good safety. Well, that's certainly opened things up. That cue ball nearly got in behind the green. He's playing some very good safety in this frame. And that's another one.
Yes, 4 minutes they've been engaged in this little battle. And he's more than holding his own. Can he force the error?
Well, there's the answer. He's forced an error. Not an easy shot by any means. But he is competing now. Yep, nicely played. And it could have been easier, this pink or blue. Did well to hold it, had to pot the pink thick. But now, this
7.
frame within his grasp.
Eight.
Yeah, his positional play has certainly improved.
11.
Another good positional shot. So, would be handy to get the black back on its spot. That's what his aim is now. And this would be a frame-winning chance. Choice of either red.
19.
He's shown good attitude, hasn't he? You know, his head didn't drop when he was being sort of swamped, not completely outplayed with big breaks, but he was not making the most of his opportunities, but he kept his head up.
That was cool. That was really cool. He didn't want to be as straight as this. That wasn't the best positional shot. Doesn't want to be powering these kind of balls in. He's 3 inches too hard there.
$28.
And he had a little bit of side on the cue ball as well.
So he needs the black, yellow, green and brown to win his second frame. Oh, he's missed the black. Wow. Big moment, that. Big moment.
28.
He'd done all the hard work, hadn't he? Black off the spot. I mean, the shot before, he played superbly. The straight red, played it with side on the cue ball. But he'll be kicking himself. Simple black off the spot. There's the unforced errors. Double what O'Sullivan's made.
He was looking so good. As I say, a huge moment in this match. The comeback, okay, it was still a tall order, but had he just carried on there, 5-2, every chance to make it really close. It could go the other way now. That's the danger.
9.
Looking at that scoreboard, he still needs blue and pink.
It's close to this middle pocket.
Oh, he knew he was right behind it. So another twist.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 9. Junxu, 5.
He's walking back to his seat.
He got too much stun into the cue ball. And he knew as soon as it hit it, that cue ball was going close. Look how much stun he got into the cue ball. He got too close to the baulk corner. Now, what would you say here? One good pot. Hit a bit hard, and he needs some luck, and I don't think he's going to get any. I don't think he's going to get any.
No, it was the missed black that turned this frame, and it may be a decisive moment in this match. O'Sullivan again, blue and pink for a 6-1 lead.
5.
And then the danger is it really is too much to ask tonight in terms of the scoreline. Yeah, very significant frame this. Pang was on the comeback trail. He was looking good. He missed a black off the spot. He'll be absolutely kicking himself.
18 on the French.
Ronnie O'Sullivan extends his lead to 6-1 with 2 frames by and salvage something from these last 2 frames.
Well, you can say that that is a let-off for Pang. The cue ball not close enough to the cushion. This red well and truly on. And Sullivan got close. Yeah, Pang knows that he could have won at least 3 of these frames. It could have been so different. A mistake and a chance.
So let's see if he can put aside the disappointment. It's not easy. Can he put aside disappointment and focus on this visit? He's been offered the opening.
One.
He looked so relaxed in that last frame, right up until he missed the black. He was looking good, played some good shots. Black available to both pockets.
6.
Pretty much everyone who's won the World Championship has been in trouble at some point. They've had a bad session. They've had to dig in. Look at Mark Selby in the final against O'Sullivan 2014. You know, he on that first day, he was so tired and just hanging on, but he won the last 2 frames to trail just 10-7 overnight. Second day came out and just controlled the match and won his first world title. So it's how you respond in adversity, isn't it, that can make all the difference. The year you won, Joe, 86, you were down against the Griff in the quarterfinals, won the last 4.
Yeah, I mean, people always remember me being down, but I led all the way through that match. I was 9-7 up going into the last session, and the Griff won 5 on the trot. And, you know, I had to dig deep. There's no doubt about that. I had to dig deep, and it went for me. And as you say, everybody's experienced that. That's won this great tournament. That's another great shot, by the way, by Pang. And he's got every chance now. I liked his attitude. He's just missed the odd shot here and there. And there was none more so important in that last frame than missing the black. You can forgive him missing the blue. It wasn't easy. But I like his attitude. You know, he had a terrible frame to go. I think it was 5-1 and 5-0. And then won a great frame. dug deep. Well, that split of the pack there has given him a great chance. If he can take this red directly above the black, I was going to say releases another one to the right corner. Can't see enough of that one.
31.
Just remember this guy, everyone, because you will see a lot of him over the years. His first time at the Crucible. And yeah, he's had some pain, but he'll learn from that.
38.
And as David said, if you can win the next two, he's still in it. Needs to win them, though.
$39.
Could have done with being just a little bit straighter. I'd have liked to have played for that red directly above the black, because that really opens things up.
$46.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of total points, he's actually only about 40 behind. But he's 6-1 down is the problem. So it tells you there's been close frames. It could have been a lot closer overall, the scoreline. Of course, it still could be.
Yep. It's been a very interesting match, full of excitement. Looking at the possibility of a plant. And he's just come a little bit too far for comfort on the blue. Had he been straighter, he would have been able to play for that red above the black. He could play the cannon into the reds, not the pink. Just miss the pink on the left-hand side. Or he could play for the plant. Quite a few shots he could have played. And he's played it okay, or has he? I think it's just run a little bit too far for comfort, this. He's unfortunate not to be on something easy. The pink has come to block the way for the red into the left middle. Well, that red directly above the black, if he plays it to the yellow pocket and screws the cue ball back, he shouldn't leave anything if he misses it. Just needs to come back towards the black. That's a beauty. What a great recovery. And he didn't leave anything where he placed the cue ball. What a chance.
Showing great attitude here is Pang, a couple of balls away from 6-2.
60.
Showing that he's not been cowed either by his own mistakes or by O'Sullivan.
61.
Yeah, what character has showed, hasn't he? Anybody else would have been in bits, missing that black off the spot.
Well, we saw at the qualifying, I mean, even players like Barry Hawkins, you know, who's one of the calmest people you'll meet, was banging the table. We saw Maguire as well, annoyed. Tepchara knew at the end. It can get to you, but this has been excellent. This red, and it should be 6-2. Excellent.
68.
And he has his chance to make a second century. He'll only have won 2 frames, but he'll have won them with centuries, possibly.
75. $76.
O'Sullivan still in a very handsome position. But he's seeing here great determination from Pang. And I'm sure all the players will be delighted with the news that the World Snooker Tour will be returning to China next season, where their events are very lucrative. He's missed that red, that's a shame. But it was a great break, 83 from Pang Junxu, digging in with a big last frame of the session still to come. O'Sullivan now leads by 6 frames to 2. Table 2 are in their last frame already. It's 5-3 to Stuart Bingham. He was 3-1 down to Dave Gilbert. There's been a lot of breaks here. They've each had a century. It's been a free-flowing match. Remember, Gilbert on the head-to-head trails Bingham 11-0. So he doesn't have the best of memories playing him. That's the scene with one red over the pocket, as you can see. And it is live on Discovery Plus. Of course, you can watch both tables for the whole championship live on Discovery Plus. Stuart Bingham, the champion 8 years ago, 2015.
Rambo.
So Ronnie O'Sullivan breaks off in the last frame of the session, leading Pang Junxu 6-2. There's the pot success, not much in it. And as I say, total points, there's now actually only 11 in it in the match, but it's 6-2. So it's still a good lead. Pang lines this one up.
Well, you need a bit of good running, and you got some there. And you miss the red. You never know when it's going to finish. Pleased to see it run safe. There's the points, total points. Just 11 in it. But 4 frames difference.
Yeah, I mean, the close frames, that's what it is. And O'Sullivan has won in this match. The opening frame, frame 5 as well, frame 7, all very close.
Oh, what about that? How sweet did he hit that? Perfectly on the blue. What a shot this was. Oh, that's got to give him something. Black available as well. Oh, he's under hit it. Next red. Not as easy as it should have been. Just didn't get enough stun into the cue ball. Not easy, this pot, and even harder to get onto the black. Well, I think he can still pot this black. He's pushed the red over the pocket. So just has to concentrate on the black. Try and stop the cue ball before the yellow. Good pot. And managed to miss the yellow. Where's it going to finish? It's okay. Good recovery shot.
We're now seeing the best of him, aren't we? The best of Pang Junxu. This is how he qualified. This sort of snooker and also this sort of attitude. And if he can win this frame, and it's still very early, but if he can, then it just plants the seed that tonight could be, well, a lengthier affair than seemed likely about half an hour ago when he missed that black.
50.
Mustn't miss any more easy balls, though. That's what's cost him dearly.
Yes, and also just try and keep tight control. Ray Reardon, the great 6 times world champion, said something once. He said, it took me a long time to realise, although there were 22 balls on the table, only one really mattered, the cue ball. Just keeping things as simple as you can.
Yeah, it sounds easy, that, doesn't it? Make every shot easy. That's the hardest thing to do. Like there, for example, he's finished low on this red, and he should have been high on it. Might be able to play the cannon to the red above the red he's playing, and stay on the pink. The point being that, as David just said, keep control of that cue ball. He didn't do it there. But it's okay. He's finished nicely on the brown. And he's got the reds at his mercy now. He had no idea what was happening to the cue ball there. But he's delighted to be on the brown.
$35.
No, I thought he'd missed that. Far angle. Don't know how that dropped. That's probably just because of the newness of the cloth. There's a future Ronnie O'Sullivan in that front row. Well, he has a slight nod to himself because this could have been easier. Got a little kiss here, look. And he could have done without that. I don't think he's on the pink.
Okay. 44.
No, it just started to go wrong, didn't it? And, well, he's having a good look at it, but it looks like end of break. There's been a few frames like this where he's got 40-50 in front, but just hasn't put them away.
Well, it looks to me like he should be playing the black here. He is looking at it now. Just overscrewed it. Or not enough, whichever way you want to look at it.
Thank you. Pang Junxu, 44.
I mean, 6-3 down, he's still in trouble, but 7-2 just seems like a real mountain to climb. So these are big moments for Pang, hanging on. Yeah, so Sullivan didn't pop one in the last frame. Not yet in this frame, but this frame could have been put away by now.
Well, I thought it was in. And now Sullivan probably thought so too.
It had a good go, didn't it, going down the hole there?
One.
Another shot that might make a big difference. If that goes in, who's to say it's not 7-2 nailed on? But it stayed out. Pang back at the table.
Would help if he's got a little bit of an angle here to come towards the Reds. Couldn't have got any closer to that red to the middle.
Six.
Big shot.
Seven.
Yeah, that was a big shot he played there. Here's another one as well. I'll tell you what character is shown in this match. Pang Junxu.
40.
He's really picked himself up from some adversity in this match.
Yeah, it's been really closely fought, actually. We just saw the table time. He's ahead on that. He's ahead on total points. He lost
15.
some close frames, but he hasn't lost his head. And he's just showing us at the end of this session what he's looking to bring into the next session, where if he makes a good start, he can still make this very close. He'll have heard all about the Crucible, of course. Now he's experiencing it for the first time, the ups and downs that can happen
20.
in a match. But he's ending on a high. This is for the frame. It's an excellent finish
21.
because he missed that black in frame 7 when he was poised to reduce the deficit to 5-2. A lot of players would have kind of gone at that point. He didn't. He came back strongly. Pang Junxu showing us exactly why he's here in the first place.
28.
But the fact is, 6-3 is still a good lead.
29.
But there are the total points. Look at that. For someone who's 6-3 down, he's actually well in front.
Yeah, he's in front of everything except the score.
36. $37.
It's going to be very interesting this evening as Pang switches to left-handed.
Yeah, strong finish to the session from Pang Junxu. Ronnie O'Sullivan did not pot a ball in the last two frames, but